right, good morning, team. Thank you very much for being on the call. It is Monday, October 12th, and this is the last Monday before we officially take applications for Medicare open enrollment for 2021. I very much appreciate everyone being on the call, and just as a reminder, we are recording these calls, so if you get jammed up during open enrollment because you have appointments, we understand that you can't be on every call on a Monday morning. As you start to see your clients, we understand that's more important is clientele. So in that respect, we are recording those calls. We'll send you reminders on a weekly basis, but just remember that they are on our YouTube channel. So you can go out to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are on when you're in YouTube. And that way when we load up the new video for the week, in case you missed this Monday call, you will have it sent to you on your phone or wherever you get your YouTube. And so that way you can watch the call, and it's available for you for all the updates that are going on throughout open enrollment. Because I will guarantee you there will be updates throughout this time. This morning we're going to have a special guest. Ms. Jeanette Velez from Devoted is going to be on the line with us. But I do have some housekeeping I wanted to get everybody up to date on. And the first thing is we've got trainings and rollout sessions that are happening this week. So as a reminder, we do have our training calendar. Make sure you have that saved on a bookmark on your laptop, phone, or iPad, or whatever you're using for your training. You can also set it up on your phone, which is really nice. You can just pull up your training calendar. So this morning, Ambetter is doing a training session at 9 o'clock, same time here, and they're doing that until 10. There's several sessions rolling out this week, so I'll post you on that. Also this morning, we do have a dedicated presentation. They're going to be at their Goldenrod location on today at 10 o'clock. So if you're in the Orlando market and looking for doctors to work with, Dedicated Health is going to be there today at 10 o'clock, so you can join us there. At 11 this morning, Cigna is hosting a social media training. So if you are brushing up on your social media skills or you're new to the game, a lot of these carriers are rolling out these great social media training sessions. We're lucky enough to have Casey on board to kind of guide you on social media as well as you know, to help you with content and ideas on what you can do for social media. But the carriers will cover, you know, the basics on what you need to know and how to stay compliant, and also to market with some of their brand materials that are available. I haven't seen much generic stuff out there, but a lot of them are branding themselves and helping you create those social media pieces. So really interesting time, because this is the first time I've seen so much about social media training. So check that out if you haven't done that. That's at 11 today. Also at 11, Devoted, if you need a checkup, they're doing their broker coffee hour. Every Monday at 11 a.m. You can call in. That's on the training calendar as well. We're lucky enough to have Jeanette on the line with us this morning, and we're going to pass the phone over to her with Devoted questions in just a bit. So if you have any Devoted questions, write those down, because she's going to go through what you need to know to be successful with Devoted this morning. Today at 3 p.m., Humana is doing their digital marketing training. They've got lots of digital marketing tools. Again, same thing with that social media and being online. And then also today at 4 o'clock, Cigna's back at it with their social media training at 4. So trainings for today, that's it. Tomorrow morning, October 13th, that's a Tuesday, Ambetter's doing another training session at 9 a.m. You can jump on there. You need to learn about your ACA product for Ambetter. Also at 9 o'clock, Health Sherpa is doing a training, same time. You can jump on there if you want to catch up on your Health Sherpa. 10:30, Oscar doing a product training, and that is available. That's tomorrow, Tuesday the 13th. And they're doing that at 10:30 and also again at 1:30. That one's in Spanish, in Espanol. So if you prefer to learn about the Oscar product in Spanish, that's available tomorrow at 1:30. That's it for Tuesday. Wednesday, just 2 trainings on the calendar. At 2 o'clock, if there's one training you get to this week, it's this one. Health Plan Markets and Cigna IFP, which is the ACA product, brand new for the market. They have expanded into Orlando. for Obamacare. So I know many of you have had lots of questions about Cigna, so we put together a training question and answer session as well, and that is on Wednesday at 2 p.m. And so jump on there. If there's one training, if you're doing Obamacare, if you're doing ACA, if you're doing individual and family plans, that's the one you're going to want to be on this week at 2 o'clock. 3 o'clock, Ambetter on Wednesday is doing a training in Spanish, so in Espanol if you prefer, the training there at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. That's it for Wednesday. On Thursday, Devoted is doing their broker coffee and chat session. That's for the Jacksonville market. However, any market is good on any of these coffee and chat talks. You can jump on there and learn more about Devoted. So that's at 11:30 on Thursday. Jump on there and learn more about Devoted, specifically for Jacksonville market. Also on Thursday, 2 o'clock, Bright Health, IFP, individual and family plans. They're going to do a rollout session. This is the first time you're going to see their ACA products, and that's on Thursday, the 15th at 2 p.m. Also on the 15th, you've got Humana rolling out their virtual enrollment tool session at 3 o'clock. So if you need to look at that, last chance to do so at 3 o'clock on Thursday. Also on Thursday, Care Plus benefits for 2021. Just a nice fresh look at that at 4 o'clock on Thursday. And also Thursday is the official open enrollment for Medicare, so mark your calendars for that. And then there's no training on Friday the 16th, so that's it. Just remember that all of the links and registrations and the details on any of the trainings that I mentioned here this morning are on our training calendar. Please make sure you have access to that. If you do not have access to our training calendar, please call a team member. You know how to reach us, and we'll be glad to hook you up and make sure that you've got these trainings on your training deck. We're the only ones that put it all together for you in one spot, so hopefully that helps you out. All right, that's trainings for the week. Now, updates. So we've got another Hurricane SEP, and I have heard through the grapevine that they've extended the current Hurricane SEP, but I have not gotten any official notice from any of the carriers regarding the last hurricane. However, Hurricane Sally, which was most recent, hit a few counties in Florida. Doesn't look like we have a lot of agents working these counties, but I'm going to mention them anyway. This SEP is going to be available throughout AEP into January 31st, 2021. So you can write all the way until 2/1 in case you need an SEP for folks to get them effective for either 11/1 or 12/1 at this point. Of course, you can write them for AEP for 1/1 effective, or if they miss that, they have a 2/1 effective you can do. So Hurricane Sally SEP counties are going to be eligible. These counties are Bay County, Calhoun, Escambia, Franklin, Gadsden, Gulf, Holmes, Jackson, Liberty, Ocala, Santa Rosa, Walton, and Washington County. Those are pretty much the counties up in the Panhandle in North Florida. So again, I'll read those one more time. Bay, Calhoun, Escambia, Franklin, Gadsden, Gulf, Holmes, Jackson, Liberty, Okaloosa, Santa Rosa, Walton, and Washington counties. Those are eligible for the Hurricane Sally SEP, and that is throughout from now until January 31st, 2021. So if you have any clients in those areas or prospects in those areas, that is how you can get them enrolled outside of AEP. All right, marketing opportunities. CVS has reopened through their Aetna opportunity. So if you write Aetna and you're interested in being in a CVS pharmacy for open enrollment, I know it's last minute. However, some of you have come to us and said, I need more opportunities, I need more ways to make leads, and so this is it. So if you're interested in jumping into a CVS pharmacy, please reach out to your manager, either Victor or your agency manager, or Sergio. They're there to help you capture those CVS pharmacies. So if you're interested in being in a CVS pharmacy this coming open enrollment right now, please let us know, and we will see what's available in your area and get you hooked up. So they just reopened it. We just found out last week, so that's available now. Sorry for the late notice, but we tell you as soon as we know. So that's how it goes. So if you're interested, please let us know. All right, on the digital front, there's been some new updates as far as electronic enrollments and tools. The first being Lean from United Healthcare has now made available a voice signature option. What does that mean? Well, if you're with a client and you do the Lean application, you can do it remotely, and you can call in and they can use their voice to sign the application. So no need to send paper back and forth or, you know, get jammed up with a person that doesn't have an email address or a smartphone. This will solve that problem. You'll be able to fill out the application and then call in through Lean and use their voice to sign the application. So you've got that available. Also, HUMANA has their virtual scope of appointments, and those can be completed now in the Enrollment Hub with an e-signature or a T-signature, however you use that. So that's through the Enrollment Hub. Go in there and check that out. So that's now a new feature there. Update Ascend. Ascend is the enrollment platform that you can use for all of Centene's products, which include Allwell and WellCare. You also have HealthNet in California and Fidelis Care in the Northeast. So those products are available on the Ascend as well as Aetna. Aetna also uses Ascend. So you can use Aetna and Coventry on the Ascend product. It is now available on Android devices. So you can download the app on the App Store, the Google Play Store rather. So you can download the Ascend and you can start doing applications on your phone or tablet on those Android devices. So that's kind of cool. So you can do that even more on the fly. Speaking of Ascend, the 2021 WellCare plans are now available. They just rolled those out last week. So those are now, you can now show your clients the through your Ascend platform, the new plans are starting to roll out there as well. We're going to talk about that in just a moment here. But quick update, Devoted, I just wanted to let everyone know that the scope of appointment is in the kits. It's hidden in the book that you get. So we discovered this last week, and I just want to give you guys an update. And sorry, Jeanette, if I'm stealing your thunder here, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that the Devoted scope of appointment is in the book, so you have that in your kit. The application is separate, so you'll see that in the kits. You'll have two applications. However, there's only one scope in the book. So I know we've already made a request from Devoted to get some additional scopes of appointments, but just make sure when you're taking out those kits that you know that you only have one scope. It's inside the book, but you do have two paper applications in there. But just as a reminder, we really shouldn't be using paper as after Thursday. Everyone should do electronic applications, so that should be a moot point. And Jeanette will talk more about how else you can do the scopes with Devoted this morning as well. But as a reminder, you are going to see from across all the carriers, there's new application layouts. So some of you are starting to, help your clients fill out the application. Remember, you can't take it. Not until Thursday of this week. But if they request, hey, I'm ready to enroll, I want to fill out an application, they can do that. But just make sure that you go through those applications on your spare time, because some of these carriers have rolled out completely new layouts, and most importantly, the Medicare number isn't where it was last year. The date of birth isn't where it was last year. Phone number isn't where it was last year. So just make sure you take a look at those applications, review them before you go out to a client's home. And so that way you know where everything is and you don't miss a beat on those applications. But it's like everything else, guys. As soon as you start doing 2, 3, or 4, you'll get right back into the saddle. But more the reason to do electronic this year, because with these new layouts, I can guarantee you you're going to miss something, and then we have to send the application back to you, or the client gets pended. We don't want that to happen. In an electronic application, it will not let you submit it until you have all the application filled out properly and correctly. So it's a fail-safe. So that's why I'm saying electronic, electronic, electronic. Your members are going to get cards faster, you're going to get paid faster, and everything's going to be more accurate. Less chargebacks, less issues for you, less headaches. So please use those solutions when you're doing your applications. Just as a reminder, star ratings have started to roll out. You can see all the star ratings out on Medicare.gov. For the most part, it looks like all the star ratings are going to continue the same as what they were in 2020 into 2021. I've already heard back from the 5-star carriers that they have continued with their 5 stars, and everyone else is pretty much on par with what they had for 2020. So if you're interested in learning about those star ratings, you can jump on to Medicare.gov and you can see all the star ratings right there. They are live for 2021. But just one last thing here before we turn it over to Jeanette. Please make sure that you have all of your kits ordered and you have supplies. We do have most of the kits available in our office in Orlando. For those of you in Central Florida, you can come down to West Colonial and pick up what you need. Those of you outside of the area, please let us know what you need. We want to make sure that we drop ship to you through the carriers. But now is the last time to make sure you're absolutely prepared and you have all your kits and everything that you need in order to be successful for open enrollment. If you're running low, please don't wait until the last minute until you're down to your last kit and then panic. Because we are not going to be able to help you if you don't give us enough heads up. So just take a look at your inventory, make sure that you're properly loaded and you have everything you need to be successful. Last thing, pre-AEP rules. You can basically do everything as normal for January 1st effectives. You just cannot take the application. Guys, this is important. Do not date it, do not sign it, do not take it. Okay? So if somebody says, yes, I'm ready to enroll, fine, you can get them enrolled, but you have to leave the app with them, and you're going to come back on Thursday and pick it up. Do not take the application before Thursday. Please do not do that to yourself, okay? It's really, really important that you don't do that. You can do a scope of appointment for 2021. You can do your sales presentation. You can do your video. You can do your summary of benefits. You can help them fill out the app if they request it. Just do not take the application, okay? That's number one sin there. Just leave it until Thursday. Come pick it up until Thursday. Don't be anxious, guys. Don't be lazy. Just make sure that you do it right so we can avoid any compliance issues. So with that, do we have Jeanette? Let me see if I've got her here. I'm going to unmute you. Jeanette, can you hear us?
Hi, good morning. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a chatterbox this morning, lots of updates, but thank you for being on the call this morning. We really appreciate your time. And Jeanette's going to give us some updates on what's going on with Devoted.
Okay, good morning, guys. I saw some of you at our broker rollout on Friday, which was kind of cool. I don't know if anybody here won a prize, but we did do a raffle, and the doctor's offices were present. I just want to let you know that Advent Health is almost there. So we're just doing a couple of redlining with Advent Health right now on some of their things that they wanted. They wanted a bunch of stuff, and we said, okay, you can have it. So we're just getting ready to roll that out. We will definitely make a huge announcement when we get that. And when we do get that, we're going to get their PCPs also, not just specialists. It's the last I heard, you know, how things change. But that's the last I heard, that we're going to get both PCP and specialists. Right now, we're doing, getting ready for AEP, which I'm sure you are too. I'm available to you if you need me to call me for anything. Basically, on the applications, Justin was correct. There is only one scope of appointment. It's in actually the Medicare resource book. That's the book that it's in. It's the last page in the back. There are 2 apps, but there's only one scope. You can either use another kit and steal the scope from there, but you can also do a telephone scope. You can call in with the person on the line, or you can email them the scope, and they will get it. They open up the email, and they complete out a couple of things, and then they don't have to send it back to you. Once they fill everything out, you get a confirmation email, so it's corporate. So I know that, if you're sitting in front of them, that's not something you may want to do, but it is an alternative if you don't have another kit handy. What the process is basically for electronic process, it's super, super easy. The platform is very easy, and Connector, that's the name of the platform, and basically you're going to do your application. There is no signature. I know this sounds a little crazy, but there's no signature on the application. And basically what happens is once you submit that with the scope, of course, your client will receive a call from us within 24 to 48 hours to confirm the enrollment. If we can't get a hold of them after 3 attempts, then we will just send them an enrollment letter, a letter normally. But just let your clients know that we will contact them after the enrollment. So to be sure it's coming from devoted.com, they'll Devoted Health, the phone number will say Devoted when we call them, so they know it's not just a spam call. We're excited about our benefits this year. I'm sure most of you have been on the rollouts that we've had, but we have some really unique and cool benefits. Of course, we have that personal response device, which is around their neck, and they can use that for I think it's a 5-mile radius from their home, or they could use there's a GPS-enabled one also that they could have. One of the things that we have this year is our new the hearing aid benefit, which is super amazing. They're going to get a flat copay for each ear. These for the hearing aids, these hearing aids are worth $3,400 for the upgraded ones, and then the premium ones are worth $4,500 that they're going to have simply with some flat copays. So, not everyone's hearing impaired, right? But you do have those people that may be starting to lose their hearing, or which we run into a lot of those, and that's a great, great benefit. We're going to give back $100 on our money back plan. It's not the top money back, but we've been doing the math with our competitors, and since we have a 0 copay on insulin, you'll notice that the insulin in the formulary is a tier 3, but due to the senior savings model that the president had come out with to help seniors with their insulins, we decided to go ahead and give those insulins to our members at 0. So don't be confused by the tier on there, tier 3 for the insulins, the pens. The only one we don't have is Humalog. But chances are most of the people that have taken Humalog have taken one of the other ones. But if you do the math on some of these medications with people that may be, let's say, on Freedom or even WellCare, our insulins are going to be 0. The pens, we have the Freestyle Libre. You do the math on those, and you'll see that we come out on top because I've done it. I did my competitive analysis already. So not only that, but they're going to have an exceptional company that's going to treat them like family. That's what we say, but we also do it. Not just because I work here, but it's unbelievable the stories that we have with our members and how we treat them, and just due to the fact that we are a tech company that's turned into a healthcare company. I have to say that. And that is just allows us to communicate on each member across all departments in an instantaneous way. So when someone ever has an issue or a problem, it's resolved almost immediately. Now, our customer service, we don't call them customer service. We call them our member guides. And we do that for a reason, because they guide the person from beginning to end of the issue. Most of our issues are resolved within the same day. But not only that, but we answer our calls. We answer our calls within 30 seconds. And that's really unheard of. And the way we treat our members is just something I've never seen in my whole 15, 16 years of doing this now. I've never seen a company treat their members the way we do. I mean, we text them. If they have COVID, all they have to do is text COVID to us, and we're on it. We're coordinating all the doctors. We're coordinating everything that they need to have better outcomes. And we've saved lives doing that too. And when you hear our CEOs, they're very young, two very young guys who are very high-tech, just so passionate about the care that our members receive. This company is not going anywhere. We're just going to continue to grow. And if once a person experiences our plan and how we treat them, they're just not going to leave. I mean, we're not perfect, but we sure as heck try on the member side. This is so member facing. You know, a lot of the big companies, they don't do that anymore. You got to go through 20 different people to get your issue resolved. They're not answering the phone, or they're not, I don't understand what they're saying. Language barriers, all kinds of things, and they get it. This company gets it, and so that's a big thing, especially now with all that's going on in the world and the healthcare, and just I feel that that's where we win. We win most on the way we treat our members, and really that's going to be important for you as an agent, because then you can just keep on writing, right? You don't have to worry about customer service calls and having to do a three-way call to the plan because there was an issue, and so it's going to free you up to do a lot more. Do other plans have more money back than we do? Yes, they do. But for that extra $20 or that extra $25, it's not worth it for the service that they're getting. It's not worth having that extra money in exchange for poor service. So just know that the company is going to treat your member the way they want to be treated, the way you want them to be treated. We're also give them devoted dollars. That's another place where we win. So let's say they're looking at one plan that's going to give them $125 and we're giving them $100. Well, we're going to give them actually an extra $135 a year in gift cards if they go to the hospital. If they go to the primary care doctor every quarter. So every quarter they go to the primary, they're going to get an extra $25. So let's say they go 4 times a year, that's an extra $100. If they go to the primary care within 30 days after their enrollment, they're going to get a $10 gift card. And if they get their cancer screening, their breast cancer screening, all of these preventive screenings, they're going to get another $25. So something to keep in mind that they're going to get an additional $130 to $135 throughout the year on top of the money that we give them back. We're going to give them some money for reimbursement for any kind of thing they want towards their gym. So if they want an in-home stationary bike that they can purchase, we're going to give them $150 towards that. The reimbursement form comes in the kit once they get it. So they don't have to call you and say, hey, what's that form? What do I have to do? It's right there in the kit. So they can submit that for reimbursement if they wanted to buy an Apple Watch, or if they want to buy a Fitbit and they have to pay like maybe $300 for the Apple Watch, whatever it is. We'll give them back $150. Just so many things that we have. Of course, we have the OTC. We're not the highest in the OTC, but they can go to CVS. They can touch, feel, and see their OTC and go pick it up, or they can call it in or have it, online as well. I'm able to see all of my members, so all of your members. I can see when your member last ordered their OTC. I can see when your member last submitted a complaint of anything. I could see when your member went and got their medication and when the last referral was. And remember, our referrals are automatic. So we trust our primary care doctors. Obviously, we're in the business of risk providers, capitation for all our doctors. If they're sending a referrals because they absolutely have to, right? And so we grant them automatic referrals. CMS says you can do up to 14 days. And some plans, I won't name them, but some plans wait that 14 days until that referral is given. So that's automatic. So basically, they're not even waiting for referrals. So those people that are like on United, they're, oh, I don't want referrals. Well, guess what? You have a referral, but it's automatic. You have to have one, but it's automatic. You don't have to wait. It's not a pain in the neck. So there's a lot of great things from the Devoted standpoint that's really unique and different from any other company that you've sold. Just give them a chance, give them a try. We're new, but we're not new to the business. This is our third year. Orange County was the missing link between Osceola and Seminole, and I feel very confident in our ability to compete with the Big Four, right? So we all know it's not simply in this market. We all know it's all Freedom, Humana, Care Plus, United, and WellCare. Those are the ones that we have to worry about, but I feel like we compete very well in that space. And in a lot of aspects, we win over those plans. So we're not going anywhere. We're here to stay. We're not buying any provider groups. We're not selling to anybody. So we're growing, and I love the company, and, if you know me, I'm available to you. I will help you as much as I can. If I don't answer your phone right away, I will text you or call you back the same day or the next day. So I just want to thank you for all of your support. We have a lot of supporters out there from Devoted Health, from HPM, and thank you very much for that, and thank you for having the confidence in us, this AEP, to put your members with us. I don't like egg on my face, so I'm not saying all these things to you and for it to come back at me, right? I feel really comfortable in telling you all of these things. So I think, I don't know if I went over time, but you can tell me to shut up, Justin.
No, that is absolutely perfect. And if I could chime in just a little bit, I don't write a lot of business anymore, but I have some clients that refuse to work with anyone else, and some of them are personal contacts. And so the members that I have placed on Devoted, I've done a couple applications. It was flawless experience with the enrollment, and I did both the e-scope and the e-app when you guys first rolled it out, and no customer complaints. They're happy. They've got a great relationship with their case manager at Devoted, and it's really everything that a health plan should be doing, they're doing, and no issues there. So I've been very, very proud to represent Devoted and having you guys as a team. Jeanette mentioned that the missing link was Orange County. So those of you that have waited to contract with Devoted until they were in your backyard, now's the time to do it. And if you've got members in Orange County, please watch your book of business, because if you don't get to them and start talking to them about Devoted, somebody's going to come behind you and they might snatch up your members. So just remember that having that in your book of business and your portfolio is really important. So, Jeanette, just a couple questions from me. Is there any key doctors that you're working with right now that seem to be pro-Devoted?
Let's see. All of them? No. We have the key providers in our network, and I'll be honest, some of them are just now realizing that while Devoted now is growing into Orange County, and their panels were not as, they're risk providers, right, but their panels were not as good, they haven't reached that risk threshold. Mm-hmm. So basically all of the risk providers are wanting to grow with us now. I mean, IMA just got a contract with us. They have already 60 members. Physician Partners already went risk with us. OFP, of course, is not risk with us, but they realize the potential. Their risk threshold was lowered, so we want to grow with them. We have Dr. Arvello. I mean, he's super engaged with us right now. We're basically doing a lot of digital marketing with with all of the providers. Every single risk provider that you see out there has some sort of digital marketing campaign with us that's huge, right? And so we're doing mailers for them. We're doing billboards. You're going to see a lot of billboards in our area. We're doing, mailing for their turning 65s. We're doing a lot. Our providers are engaged with us. Our contracts are good. And they just know, we have experienced people in our provider relations side, so we know we know who we are, we know what we're doing. So they're pretty excited. There's a lot of expectations of growing with all of these anchor providers. So I haven't gotten and I'm on my way to a dedicated open house. So we just got dedicated as well. They're super excited about us also. It's just a matter of growing with the right anchor provider and the right doctors, so that we do well. You were talking about star rating. Unfortunately, due to COVID, I guess it was United and Humana that went to CMS and said, "Hey, can we use last year's star rating?" So all the star ratings are going to be exactly the same as last year. There isn't going to be any surprises there. We, as a plan, since we were only 2 years old, we weren't rated, right? So this technically is our third year, but because CMS said, okay, everybody can go back to last year's, we end up with no star rating. But I can tell you that we're trending 4.5 to 5 stars right now, because I can see it. I can go in the data in our company and look at our star rating and see where we are. And that has to do with building a business with the right doctors. So pretty much if you go into the doctor's office, pretty much all of the anchor providers, the risk providers, are very excited to work with us. So.
Awesome. And then, is there any marketing tools? Because you guys rolled out the portal last week or a couple weeks ago, and you and I have been playing around with it. So I found it incredibly easy to use. We were working on a mailer project. How can an agent get hooked up with some marketing help or marketing support? And then what tools are available for Devoted specifically that one of our folks can jump on and start using right away?
So everything is on Devoted.com. Everything you need is in one spot. You don't have to go to different places to find things. If you go under the For Brokers section, that's where you'll do your enrollments as well, under the enrollment section. And then there's the marketing portal there too. If you're newly RTS with us, I think you automatically get like $40 in marketing bucks. It's not cash. It's that for giveaways. You can use that for T-shirts. You can use that for anything pretty much that you want in there, as long as you're within the $40 budget. But as you write business, so I wrote, I think, maybe 20 when I was independent last year with Devoted, and I have $300 in bucks that I could use to buy anything. So as you make an enrollment, you get a couple of bucks. I can't remember exactly how many, but it starts growing with each enrollment that you get. So there's a postcard, there's postcard mailers that you can do. I know you don't want to upload your book of business into our portal, but it actually goes to our third-party vendor, which is Southeastern, so we never see it. So if you have a list of people that you want to mail to, or if you have a certain, maybe your WellCare people you want to mail to, you can send a postcard. You can send a postcard straight to them. And there's turning 65 flyers. There's a bunch of things that you can order on there for yourselves, and it's fairly easy. I know, Justin, you had high expectations of the I guess the lead. We don't have any leads there, list of leads for you. I think we might have taken that down. But for right now, yeah, you can go in there and order just about anything, swag. We have salt and pepper. We have, like, nail polishes. We have all kinds of goodies for your members.
Yeah, I saw hot sauce in there. I was like, man, I got to try some Devoted hot sauce.
A nice big, and it's a big bottle of hot sauce. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for hot sauce.
So, and so, if you need anything, let me know if you need help with that. But it's very, very easy. The platforms, the tech platforms that we use are very easy. And if you see a glitch, like, please let me know because we can get that fixed for you. But so there's a bunch of stuff, and like I say, as you put members on, you continue to grow. So if I had 20 and I had 300, I don't know, do the math. How much is that per enrollment? For marketing dollars. So, So you can do that. And don't forget to order your kits. You can order your kits. You'll have to do those on your own. We can't. In the past, we've been able to order them for you, but now that we're growing so much, you guys can actually go in the portal, and your FMO, Justin, can go in there too and order your stuff for kits and things like that if you need it.
Yeah, we're happy to assist with the ordering of kits. But, moral of the story here, guys, is the more you actually produce, Devoted has a tracking system, and they have a reward system for you. And you don't get that with all the carriers. And I know some of you have come to me and said, look, I've done 10, 15, 20, 30 sales for this company, and they don't do anything for me. And so now you've got the ability for this company to actually, track those sales and have a reward system for you so you can go in there and continue to do marketing and continue to do advertising. Of course, they can't give you cash, right? But they can help you with your mailers. They can help you with your flyers, and that all helps you with lead generation. So the more you do, the more you're rewarded, and you don't have to go and beg and ask for stuff, like you do with some of these other carriers that a lot of you are producing for and not really getting much back from them. So, something to consider when you're looking through your portfolio when you're offering your clients. And then, what Jeanette said, the upload list. Here's a couple great ideas. You can purchase mailing lists. If you need help with that, let us know. You have lost clients. Maybe you have a list of lost clients that disenrolled. Let's load them up into the Devoted portal and send them out a postcard. Or maybe people on your ACA business that are turning 65. Let's load them up in there and get them sent out a Devoted postcard. Or maybe a list of prospects. All the tabletops that you've done, all those consented contacts that you did over the last 12 months here, guys, this is your ability to market to those people. I've been telling you guys to create that prospecting list all year with activity. So hopefully you have a nice list prepared, and there's another way that you can get to them. So just another system to work with. And, they've got the tools. They've got the tools, and I'm really happy to be a part of Devoted's growth. So let's think about them moving into open enrollment on Thursday. And so what we'll do, Jeanette, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions here in case we have any additional questions. Okay. So here we go.
Justin, it's Mark Oster. I have a couple of questions for Jeanette.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah, Jeanette, good morning. I have a couple of questions for you. Do you have a printed list of those certain insulin medications, and is there a printed formulary?
Yes, there is a printed formulary on the website, so you can do that. But what's really cool and unique about our plan is when you look up at the medication. So let's say you go online, you look up the medication. Let's say you put in Humalog, and Humalog will pull up and it'll say not available. But all the other insulins that we have will be pulled up. So if you have Humalog and a client says, I don't take that, you put it in, and all the alternatives come up in the formulary. So you'll see all the list of the ones that we do have. That's sort of like a back way of kind of getting the list. I don't have a printed list, but they're all, any of those, Tresiba, Novolin, all of those are all going to be zero. Not only, it's zero for the whole year. So there's zero through the coverage gap, there's 0 after you get a catastrophic. So that's going to make a real big difference in people's lives.
And I have a follow-up question about your dual plan, if I may. It appears your dual plan is the same for both partial and dual. Am I correct? I was looking at it pretty carefully. What did I miss? It looks the same.
What do you mean? What was that question about?
You only have one dual plan. You only have one dual plan. Is it the same for partial and full? Yeah.
No.
It looks almost identical.
So the prime plan is where you're going to put your partials, and the dual SNP plan, which is new this year, is where you're going to put your SLMB pluses and your QMB pluses. So I guess remember when Simply came out with their dual, they only had the QMB plus, SLMB plus. That's kind of how the same ours is. So all the others you would put on the prime plan for partial. So partial is prime, so QI1, SLMB, and QMB are going on prime. The pluses are going on the DSNP. DSNP's going to have unlimited dental, a couple of hours of home health care. There's not a whole lot of dual pluses in Central Florida, but you will run into some of those. Hopefully we'll have a partial next year, but we don't. The prime plan is going to be your partial for this year.
Yeah, I see your dual plan is unlimited, so thank you for answering another question. Are dentures included? I don't say anything about dentures.
Yes, if you open up the kit, and you're going to see all the things that we offered, because we have the dental catalog in the kit with the codes. So that's pretty cool. And the dental catalog has all the codes of what we offer. And yes, there is dentures on there.
Okay.
So do yourself a favor, open the kit and look at the catalog in there, the OTC catalog. We added like 100 new items on there. But the dental catalog is really unique. It goes by each plan, so it spells it out. There's no question as to what's on there and what isn't on there. So open that up and take a look.
All right. Thank you, Jeanette. Appreciate your help. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And just to clarify on Mark's question about the DSNPs, guys, when Jeanette says the plus, SLMB plus, QMB plus, those are full dual eligibles. So full Medicaid MDE. Sometimes we run into a person that has QMB plus, and what that plus means is they have plus full Medicaid. So we're going to do a whole class on that, so don't panic if you're lost on DSNPs. I have some resources I can send you on the videos on our YouTube channel, so just let me know if you need that. But just make sure that you know that only full dual eligibles are going to go on devoted DSNP product, and then the partials are going to go on that prime plan. So I appreciate that, Jeanette. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We will be able to start verifying your Medicaid on the 15th. So we don't currently have the capability of doing it right now, but we should be rolling that out on the 15th. So if you're not sure, you can give our agent support a call, and we'll be able to verify the LIS level and your Medicaid level as well. I'm super excited. I can't wait.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that up too. And as a reminder, guys, when we talked about this last week, if you're going to verify Medicaid, I know some of you like to use other companies to verify Medicaid. Just make sure that if you write them on Devoted, that you re-verify their Medicaid with Devoted, because their system may not reflect the same information that the other carrier has in their system. So always re-verify with the company you're actually enrolling them in, okay? Because I've seen some surprises happen, and you don't want to get caught with a pending application and egg on your face when you have to go back to the client and say that they're not eligible.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, any other questions this morning?
Thank you.
All right. Well, Jeanette, I can't thank you enough. We really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy, busy woman, so thank you for being on the call today. And everyone else, we'll see you here next Monday. We're going to do this throughout AEP. Thank you for being on the call, and please remember these are going to be recorded in case you are out in the field. We'll have this on our YouTube channel for you to review as well. I hope everyone has a fantastic week and happy open enrollment. Go get them.
Woo-hoo!